What's going on, boxing fans? This is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. Let's speak boxing. Manny Pacquiao versus Algieri, HBO 24/7, episode 1. Great episode, great episode. I seen it after the Kovalev versus Hopkins fight. I definitely apologize to the fans out there. We're having technical difficulties. Ali put on a great performance. We were able to drop a video on that. I'm very, very excited to see Ali, see how he does in the welterweight in his career and stuff like that. So that was a very, very impressive performance from Ali, the Brooklyn boy. But as far as the Hopkins fight, we had post-fight, pre-fight. Actually, after the fight, we had some great videos. Like I said, we had technical difficulties, so I really didn't want to upload them right now. It was just a waste. That was an interesting fight. I want to say it was an exciting fight, but it was definitely an interesting fight. Hopkins came in and did what he could do. You know, he lost the WBA, IBF light heavyweight title, but I'm not going to discredit Hopkins whatsoever. Why? He's going to get credit from me. Why? Because he fought Kovalev. Kovalev, he knocked out everybody. This guy has so much knockout power. He never went past 8 rounds, and he's been feared and ducked and dodged by many in the light heavyweight division. So Hopkins stepped up to the plate. Hopkins could have easily cherry-picked this fight and not taken on, not taking on Kovalev itself. But you know what he did? He wanted to unify it. You know, old school style. Wanted to unify the belts, and he's taking on everyone. He wants to take on everyone in the light heavyweight division. So at his age, he definitely showed his age, but Kovalev showed some power. You know, got dropped a couple times. But Hopkins, he went the distance, so I'm not going to touch bases on that. You know, I had the fight 120 to 106, but it is what it is. But I want to talk about the Manny Pacquiao versus Algieri 24/7, episode 1. Now, I get it. You know, I completely get it. And, you know, all access and 24/7, you know, a lot of people learn from Floyd Mayweather Jr., you know, the executive producers and stuff like that. They know you got to sell the story. You got to sell the fight. That's the main purpose of the fight. So the selling point on this, they want to say if Algieri actually has a chance. My heart goes out to Algieri. I get it, the American dream. You know, the young kid. He lives in the bottom, you know, in his parents' basement. Go figure. He lives in his parents' basement, and you know, he's real humble. He's not flashy, flamboyant, or anything like that. He's real humble. Real humble. He's working hard. They show all episode. They show him in episode 1. He's sitting there. You know, he goes to his high school. You know, he played football with his football jersey. He made a donation. You know, he gave him back to his community. They see him working hard in the gym, working hard in the gym. They show his family. They show his hunger. So in your mind, you're sitting there saying, you know what, Algieri, he wants it. He hungry. You know, he has the eye of the tiger, Rocky. And then they have Manny Pacquiao. They have Manny Pacquiao. They show him a little bit of training and stuff like that, but they show him distracted. They show him distractions. Distraction. Have Jinky. Even Jinky said it. Jinky was like, man, I wish, you know, he didn't have so many people around him. I wish, you know, he would just rest. But he's just like Energizer Bunny. You know, after one thing after another, he's never resting. He's playing basketball. He has always with an entourage, always doing a lot of things. Get interviewed, full press, just a bunch of stuff. But in the back of your mind, psychologically, you would think Manny Pacquiao is completely distracted and he's not ready. And then Algieri, you know, he's taking advantage while Manny Pacquiao's distracted. You know, he's working harder than Manny Pacquiao. But look, you're not selling me. You never want to say 100%. You never, ever say it's not possible. It's not possible. But I'm not getting sold on this one. Algieri, look, in my mind, Algieri versus Ruslan Provodnikov, I thought he lost that fight. Yes, he went the distance. Yes, he made the proper adjustments. But you got to look at Provodnikov itself. Provodnikov dropped his ass a lot. Algieri showed heart. Showed that he can take a punch, he can come up, and he can make the proper adjustment and just keep the distance, and he has a great jab. He has a great job. He was popping his jab and just keeping his distance and just utilizing his reach, and his height to his advantage. Now, everyone knows Provodnikov is not much of a boxer. He's a brawler. So he's not a very versatile fighter. Manny Pacquiao, he's a 5'2" fighter. A lot of people they discredit Manny Pacquiao for his boxing ability, his boxing speed. There's nothing that Algieri is going to bring to the table that Manny Pacquiao has not experienced. And height, reach advantage? What? Because he has a little jab and he keeps the distance. Provodnikov had issues with that, but Manny Pacquiao's not going to have issues with that. So if Algieri wants to box, he's going to get outboxed. If Algieri wants to brawl, it's going to be a short night. It's definitely going to be a short night for Algieri. Anyways, yeah, I'm not getting sold by that. Never say never, but the only way Chris Algieri doesn't have a chance. I'm sorry. Never say never on this one, but I know it's a you can have a puncher's chance or a boxer's, but you know, Manny Pacquiao has been knocked out before, but Chris Algieri just doesn't have that punching power. I'm sorry. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't care. You know, coming into episode 2, coming in episode 3, you can continue to show Manny Pacquiao distracted. Continue to show Manny Pacquiao distracted. Continue to show Chris Algieri just sweating in the gym. No homo or anything like that, but just sweating in the gym and busting his ass and, you know, just eating in his basement and stuff like that. But I'm sorry. It's just, I'm not buying it. But anyways, guys, this is Kenneth, SBM Boxing. For everyone who can subscribe. Like I said again, I definitely apologize. I'm actually pulling up to the office right now. Have a good one.